And that goes to the bill that passed. I've been practicing this decriminalization of marijuana and like those offenses,
I like to call it
right?
cannabis.
Or marijuana or cannabis, right? The House on Friday passed a bill decriminalizing marijuana, cannabis at the federal level, a sweeping measure that aims to reduce racial inequities in drug arrests. The measure, which would remove marijuana, what did you say you used to? Cannabis. I forgot that quick.
Quote,
Am I
unquote,
on it
it's
right
like
now?
the decriminalization of cannabis.
Cannabis from the list of federally controlled substances and expunge federal convictions for nonviolent cannabis offenses now goes to the Senate, where it's unlikely to pass. Like the fact that everybody is saying that too.
Yeah.
They're saying like once it goes to the Senate, but the fact that that's even a normal thing for people to say like it's not gonna pass. Like, wait, are we doing this because it's right, or are we just saying because they're the opposite side that they're not going to pass it? Because that sounds like more of a game than an actual government.
That sounds like a mind game. It's like,
yeah,
why not? It's gonna bring a lot of more income. Everybody buys that shit already. You're not
legal.
It's legal. It's gonna make it legal. You're gonna be able to tax it. It's already being taxed hella over here.
Right.
In the states that have already legalized it, at least some states, I think. Some states are more lenient on the taxes than others.
Right, yeah.
But in California, we get the shit.
Premium everything.
Yeah, premium. But you can tax it. You can make money. You can do whatever the fuck you guys want with the money. Probably use it towards another stimulus bill.
Well, we know they're going to fuck the money off. I mean, clearly,
yeah.
this COVID proved that they're borrowing every money that they're giving us, which is another issue.
And just wiping their ass with it.
And wiping their asses
eating
with
it.
I think the issue why this won't pass is not because of the cannabis. It's because that it expunges federal convictions for nonviolent cannabis offenses.
It has to be. Oh, for sure.
See, private prisons. Now, that's a rabbit hole. If you would like to go down it, YouTube, Google, about who you would be shocked.
Yeah, who owns
and who profits off private prisons. A lot of companies.
Why is there private prisons? That's what I'm always been confused on.
I mean, because
it's a big
somebody
ass
has
facility.
to pay for it.
Yeah,
somebody has to pay for it.
It's a big ass facility.
Because
you're housing a lot of people.
Because if it wasn't private, it would come out of tax dollars, and they don't like the idea of tax. Even though to an extent we're still kind of paying for them,
right?
But the overall building, like this is what a private prison is. And I'm going off the top of the head. I haven't Googled this. This is Domer. Freestyle. The way I interpret private prison is I'm rich beyond measure. I can buy 10 PS5s. I bought a home here. I have a beach home. I bought this home. I have a commercial property here. What else makes money? Death makes money, so I can buy a funeral home. Oh, and prison. So I'm going to sponsor a building. Going to build it, have all the little bells and whistles
Put it in my name.
And then your job, we're in the deal. Put it in my name. We have a deal now. I've created a house for inmates. I need customers. Go fill this house, please. That's just off the dome. So if most of my house is filled with racially inequalities of these bullshit ass drug charges, if you pass that, now my house is going to be clear, because that's who makes up majority of these prisons. You're not getting all murderers and rapists.
Yeah.
Majority of it is some nonviolent shit, but they strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, or a lot of petty crimes combined to get them in there. You take out them motherfuckers, and the other thing about that too is those people feel like they can go home. So those people are going to abide and do shit. The people on death row murderers, they know they ain't coming home. So clean what? Fuck you. I'm not doing shit. What are you going to do? Kill me? I'm already dead. You know what I'm saying?
I'm already going to be dead.
I'm already dead.
Yeah.
So having your prison populated with people on petty shit that feel like they're going to have a chance to go home 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, that's free labor. To keep my building intact. Free labor. Keep my walls clean.
And them motherfuckers still look like shit.
Right. Some of them
they still look like shit.
South,
it's like,
bro,
Bro, you look at some of the... Actually, take a look at all those prisons. All the prisons we have in America.
Looks
concrete,
like shit.
Everything.
Yeah, all
dull,
brick.
Yeah, steel.
Yeah. So that's off the dome, but I would think that's why it wouldn't get voted. Because to your point, everything else logical, everything about them, I bet if they took away expunging federal convictions and it was just decriminalizing marijuana, like moving forward. Because that's the thing. If they said moving forward, nobody else would get arrested, but we get to keep our slaves, basically. Oh, yeah. But no, you talking about taking away our slaves?
Nah.
We make way more money keeping them here. and we get because they do more than jail. Like they bust them out, they go fix roads. That's free labor, bro.
Do they still stamp the driver's plates?
They made my plate. They make the custom plates. Like they're getting labor out of these motherfuckers in jail for free, and because they have jail or inmate next to their name, we just push them to the side.
Oh, they don't even got a name. They got the number.
Yeah, you're a number. But like they're getting free labor illegally, and like treating them inhumane. Pay them like what 2 pennies, 2 cents. Like it's slavery, bro. Legal slavery, basically. So that's the sad part about why that's not going to pass. It has nothing to do with medicinal, because everybody smokes marijuana.
That's
every
true.
Race, white men. I've gone to dispensaries and seen the entire United States in line. Right. Old white man, old white woman, hippie girl, Mexican, black, Hispanic, nerdy, preppy, gangster, sports, buff. You've seen them all, bro. Everyone use it because it actually helps if done correctly. Yeah. People like to say, well, you can use it. First of all, I never heard nobody OD off of it. But just like anything else, too much anything is bad. Too much water, you drown. Even though water is good for you.
Even then, you don't it doesn't kill you. You just go to sleep for a while.
And people are still convinced that it kills your brain cells. I saw that on Twitter. It kills your brain. I saw somebody still arguing that on that one side. I'm not going to say which side they're from.
Their brain cells killed.
Stupid, bro.
You still believe that in 2020? You got some loose brain cells.
Well, you can imagine what base they follow. You know, the election was fraud. So, of course, marijuana kills brain cells. So it's unfortunate. I mean, it's good to see that this was even brought up in the House, and it passed easily, 228 to 164. And it had 6 Democrats voting against it and 5 Republicans voting for it. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, there's a couple of Republicans that I saw that. I don't know who the names of those people were.
I want to say they said it. It's a whole article about why they voted for it and why they broke it down. But I'm just like, that's interesting, I guess, that some Republicans voted. Right. But then it's just like
the majority of the Republicans.
They're saying it's unlikely to pass. So it hasn't even went yet. But I'm like, that energy is like unlikely to pass because they're just, like we said before, they didn't introduce it. But what were you going to say?
But the act of it actually just being passed by the House, that this is in the talks and it's in there, they can try again.
Yeah. If you take over if you're able to take over the Senate and shit. But it just goes back to politics in general. It's like for those on both sides, like understand that this is us Americans. Yeah. This is what we're dealing with.
Dealing with 2 corrupt ass parties that just don't think for the people.
Yeah, they're never going to get anything done. Yeah. They're never going to get anything done. The House is going to pass shit that makes sense, and because it's Democratic, the Senate is going to be like, nah, we good.
Nah, we good.
And we have to sit here
and just take it.
And just continue to vote and try to be positive and try to feel like this is democracy when it's not. It's ran by these fucking 2 parties, and they don't give a fuck when or what happens.
Yeah, it's like totalitarianism, but with 2
parties. 2 parties, not one.
Not one.
Yeah, it's bullshit, bro. Like I know, and within the same breath, you want to preach, vote locally, and get out there because it sucks, but you kind of have to. Sitting on your ass does nothing. But when you see this is the first big thing that didn't happen since the election, and like they already just made up their mind. No,
it's like nope.
Like you haven't looked into it, you know. And I would love it. You know what? I would respect their no if they come out with some points that I haven't thought about. Maybe I'm being biased because I'm for it.
Same.
If they come out with some points. And it makes sense. I'm like, I didn't know that the Democrats were going to raise our taxes to decriminalize. You know, because we don't. It's always something financial. Maybe they're not telling us what it is. I respect, but if they just come out and say no, and there's no news articles explaining why, then the fix is in. Yeah, it's going to be 4 years of that bullshit.